Hey yo, what's poppin' on a Thursday night? How y'all doing? What's up? What's poppin'? How's it going? I got my sugar cookie Scentworth candle right now blasting in the air, in my nose. It smells fucking amazing. How y'all doing? What's up? What we do here, if you're tuning in live or on the replay or at some point and you're going to restart this before the games start, but you're still live, all the categories, get all the bases covered here. What we're doing here is we're breaking down the Showdown slate, answering your questions. I got 150 lineups crunched, my projections, rankings, ownership, a bunch of shit that I offer over on Patreon is on my screen to the right of me if you want to follow along. If you're on your phone, if you're on your laptop, your tablet, probably anything that you have right now, you can follow along, link down below on my Patreon for all that stuff. So a bunch of people signed up today. Shout out all you. See a lot of people right now in the chat. A lot of people getting frisky in the chat, saying their picks, debating their picks, all that stuff. Love the energy. Love it right now, everybody. The big energy that we got going on in this channel. That's what that logo is, the lightning bolt with the S up in the top left-hand corner of the screen. Man, I'm tired. I just want to run. Just ate a bunch of food. Had to get up in this big bad boy real quick and shower, do all that stuff. And now we live. We ready. Like, subscribe, do all those things if you could for me, fellas, ladies, gentlemen, fellas. I appreciate you all a ton in advance. These yeses, maybes, and nos are based on my current exposures. A no is I have 0 to 5% basically. Yeses, I basically have like 25 or more percent. Sal's fresh haircut. Mate, somebody says, yeah, thanks for the haircut. Yeah. So before we get into it, I'll just shout out Super Draft as always. We'll talk about them throughout. We'll talk about some of my projections. We'll answer your Super Draft questions, this guy or that guy, captains, all that stuff, as well as Draftkings, of course. And any other questions we have. Jock Market tonight, right? Monkey Knife Fight, all these sponsors of the show. But Super Draft, use my name Sal. They'll give you a free money bonus up to $1,000 Rooskies in a slow drip format, and it's a multiplier format. So Jared Goff, I saw 55 people signed up on Tuesday. Pretty fucking crazy. A lot of you from the stream. If you're not already over there, join the community on Discord. We can help you out through the Patreon. A lot of stuff, projections, but also this stream will also help you build a good lineup. So Super Draft tonight. Peek behind the curtain, Jacoby Myers is my number one Super Draft play. His multiplier is just insane. A 1.95x multiplier for a number one wide receiver on the team. That, sure, he's probably going to go out there and see a difficult matchup tonight. But Jacoby Myers moves around the field enough. Back-to-back games of 6 targets. Projects out on Super Draft for me for 24.1 fantasy points. 3 points more than anybody else at this point virtually. So Jacoby Myers looks good. Multiplier format for Jacoby Myers, a 1.95x multiplier. Use my name Sal, and you can get a free money bonus. And maybe you could be swimming with the money. Swimming with the fishes of money tonight. You're not going to be dead. You're going to be alive in that money. I'm going to be watching this game while drinking. Probably taking a... David Martin's a new subscriber. Shout out the pop-ups above. Shout out Mr. Aaron Rodgers. I like how it says sponsored by. It like barely says the Aaron Rodgers. I love that. Jeffrey Marlin. Look at all the people coming in. The new people hopping on. The new fellas. Welcome you all in. Right now, I'm going to get into the comments right now. The live chat. Answer all your questions throughout this. Have a nice little discussion. I'm going to probably be taking a green tea shot in like an hour and a half. It's two-turn Thursday. What are you going to do about it? My buddy just got a brand new job. So, yeah, we're going to celebrate 6 char. A bunch of people subscribing. Welcome, fella. How y'all doing? So, yeah, we're going to have a good time to ourselves. Going to buy my man some drinks for getting the new virtual job, fully remote. Shout out Mr. Chedifer. What do we got? We got people in here. I'm going to try and go all the way back to when this first thing started up, but we're surely not going to be able to. I'll try and shout out as many people. Sputnik joining right now. Welcome. What's up, fellas? Carlton says, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Is Rodgers still available? Yeah, so if you, as always, if you are a follower of mine, Cage Devil, a lot of people subscribing right now. Appreciate you all a ton. If you are a new subscriber, you now have access. Since you are a subscriber to YouTube, you have access. You could reach out to Draftkings through their Twitter customer service. You now have access to getting Aaron Rodgers' ability in your Showdown slates. Now, if you are just a YouTube subscriber, you will only have an hour after the slate is open to go in there and put him into your lineups. If you are a Patreon subscriber, you have up until lock to get Aaron Rodgers into all of your Showdown slates. It's a little promotion that they're doing for the Sal Vetri brand. So, yeah, be sure to sign up for that. You get yourself a nice little job. Yep, see, McCorks has Aaron Rodgers in his lineups. He's happy about it. Cal's asking me Aaron Rodgers in the captain spot. This is working out very well. DJ Killer Kev is now going to have the ability to, on the next slate, in the first hour, get Aaron Rodgers. Or if you want to sign up for Patreon down below, follow along with the projections and ranks, get that as well. Hey, Sal, you were the man. Chase, Colin, you were the man as well, my friend. Chase, did you send me were you one of the people who sent me an email about business stuff? Bro, did you make out with a cactus, somebody says. So somebody asked if I made out with a cactus for all the maskne I'm getting. Yeah, the masks, because, I'm trying not to kill 90-year-olds out here. Wearing these masks is fucking annoying, but you're going to put the damn mask on because it's going to save lives, right? Who cares? You put the mask on. Doesn't really hurt to put a mask on, except for my face, my sensitive skin. So, yeah, we're in the process of trying to not kiss cactuses. My man Mike caring about my appearance probably more than his wife's, which speaks volumes. Appreciate that. Not on your wife, about me. You care for me. Green tee shots in the captain spot for me tonight. I love it. Don't forget Boyle. Yeah, Boyle's falling behind, though. If you can't keep your knees healthy, look, Aaron Rodgers Sure, his collarbones get messed up, but I mean, this guy's not losing his knees. Knock on wood, please. Rams defense, how is your LPGA lineups? I did not play any of the women's PGA, the ladies PGA. Rams defense tonight, I actually have 9%, so they're slightly in play. I don't have any of the Patriots defense tonight. I have less than 5%, so I put them down and said no. Yes, sir, sound nice. Alrighty. What do we got here? Got Aaron Rodgers on the DK special. There you go, there you go. Greetings from, I don't even know how to say that, Dutchland? Very nice. I fucked that up, but happy to see that. I finally signed up for Tuesday night Super Draft, doing a couple double ups to feel it out and would love any advice. Thanks. Yeah, no problem, man. No problem, man. Highest projected guy for me right now is Jacoby Myers. We have some other options in there. The quarterbacks look decent. Kickers are going to look good as well tonight. A lot of guys just look kind of meh, right? There's like 3 or 4 guys who stand out. The rest kind of just look meh. Where's the sweater, bro? Cody says. Well, I worked out today. Did a couple things, walking, jogging, pull-ups, push-ups, all that stuff. So cannot still wear the sweater. I wore it this morning just to stay warm. A little cold when I get up in the mornings. Any Asi thoughts? Yeah, Asi, I believe is on IR still, unless he's like coming off of IR. So yeah, no thoughts there. What do we got here? Akers in the captain spot? Not for me. Not for me. Dog, I'm lost without your betting video, says Cal. Yeah, yo, welcome as a new subscriber. Yeah, I just didn't feel like doing the betting video, to be honest with you. I just didn't feel like it. It was Tuesday, the Tuesday night football video and live stream. Added 2 pieces of content to my week that I don't normally do. And then trying to do the betting video, my mind was just like, I'm not doing this. And I knew if I would have pushed through and did the betting video all week long, I would have been in this burnt out phase that would not have been good mentally for me. So made the executive decision on this YouTube channel to say, fuck it. We're not doing the betting video this week. I know some people like that video. Multiple thousands of people tune in through the podcast and YouTube. But for me personally, it was not something I wanted to do. And that is the benefits of being your own boss. When you need a mental health day or mental health off the video, you can take it. You considering playing both defense in the same lineups? No, I probably won't. Just so you guys know, this kid is never taking anything down in Draftkings. No, never. I've actually lost $7 million in Draftkings, Mr. Mike says. My man, envious. You can check the records and the bank account as well, if you'd like. Cup and Myers or Woods and Myers? Yeah, we got a bunch of mod robots in here. We're going to need some, seems as if we don't have any of our mods in here. So I'm going to make people mods if you want to be a mod. I'm going to add just some mods. So you can just kick people. I promise it's under $5. Interesting. Hey, Sal, how tall are you? 6 foot flat? Van Jefferson is a sleeper in utility. Yeah, I mean, he saw more routes run, the most he's seen all year last year or last game. It's interesting. I'm probably not going to get there much. I don't have much Van Jefferson at all right now. What do I have of Van Jefferson? I'm currently getting Van Jefferson in 3 total lineups, 2% as of right now. Why no White in a game Vegas expects them to be trailing? Yeah, just the projection is the issue for White. The randomness so far this year, the ceiling has not been there. The consistency has not been there. Yes, the game flow is indicating that he should be more involved, but we've seen so far this year in about 4 to 5 other game flows where he should be involved. Only one time has he at least somewhat paid off with 9 targets. Have you listened to the Mike Stud new podcast with Trevor Bauer? Yes, sir, I have, and I was listening to a lot more actually older ones today. Clevenger and Dansby Swanson, some of those guys. Thoughts on Malcolm Brown as a cheap option? Yeah, Malcolm Brown, I'm not going to get to much of these running backs at all tonight. Like my highest on running backs only 24%. I'm really relying on the quarterbacks and the wide receivers tonight in a lot of my builds. Malcolm Brown I only have 2% of. I'm really not getting running backs at all. Less than 5% of White, Brown, and Sony Michel is like not even going to be in my lineups. How many Rams running backs did you play in the same lineup? At most 1 for me tonight. Most exposed captains tonight. Yeah, so I'm not usually a guy who likes to play the quarterbacks. I'm going to be getting the quarterbacks in my captain spot, and then I'm going to be getting the top end wide receivers tonight. Woods, Kupps, and Myers. That'll probably be all my captains. I'm allowing guys like Josh Reynolds and Damiere Byrd to get in there. They're just not getting in there for me right now. Once again, I'm just here for the $1, says Jason. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. You do 150 every slate, more or less? Yeah, I mean, it depends, right? There's some slates, like I don't play the Sunday night slate, like the Sunday night Showdown slate. But like slates that I make content for and I do content for, yeah. If I'm putting the time in, I feel good about the slate. If I'm doing content for it, I feel good about it, right? Projections, all that stuff. So Monday, Thursday night slates, like Tuesday when those ones pop up here and there. And then the main slates are definitely the ones where I go more. Like these Showdown slates, like Monday and Thursday night, I don't have anywhere near as much exposure to these as I do on the main slate, right? I play a bunch of single entry and 3 max, like every single one I could find in the lobby for the most part. I don't even play any of those on Showdown slates. Maybe once or twice this year. I don't think that there's that great of an edge. 20 maxes on the Showdown slates are pretty decent, but still pretty large fields. So, yeah, there's not as much variety, I would say. Yo, Sal, what's up? Killing it. What's up, Leo, the lineup? How you doing, my man? How you doing? Rams defense captain? Yeah, I think it's sneaky if you want to do like 1-2% of your lineups or so. It won't be owned. It'll be like maybe a percentage or two owned. Hey, from San Antonio. What is Bird's projected ownership? I have him pushing close to 30% owned total, including captain, which is not going to be that high. I got him, I think, 28 in my update. Do you actually watch Showdown games or just check your lineups? Checking your lineups is something that I would not advise on Showdown slates unless there's like a minute left in the game. I never check my lineups on Showdown slates. I usually go to bed before they're over. I would stay up if I could, but like I get up at 5 a.m. So going to bed at midnight and getting up at 5 does not seem like a healthy thing to do half the days of the week. So I'll go to bed at like 10. So I'll go to bed at like halftime of the game. Sometimes I'll watch the first half if it's like an actual game that I want to watch. This one doesn't seem like that. But tonight I'll probably be at a bar, so I should be catching most of it. How much Bird are you playing tonight? Yeah, no captain spot Bird for me, but I'm getting a lot of Demir Bird. It's hard not to. Tough matchup, of course, right? He'll be facing, I don't think he'll see Jalen Ramsey the whole time. I think Ramsey will move around Myers, Bird, depending on where they are on the field. But Bird does play primarily the outside, where Myers does move into the slot, and more so while he was in college was a slot receiver. So that's where the downside for Bird to just naturally see more of Ramsey can be. And Ramsey's been good this year, 0.51 yards per cover route. I'm getting like 70% Bird as of right now. I'm going to tweet you later, having an issue trying to deposit money on Superdraft, says Chris Fisher. Yeah, you can either tweet me or you can tweet Superdraft, right? You can tweet me. That's fine. But you might be in a state that's not legal. It could be the issue. Sal, safest 3K punt. Below 3K, I'll go Demir Bird. Love the content, Sal, my man. Winning. Nice. What up? My first time here, says Boston Nick MMA. Hit that subscribe. Welcome to the channel. Boston Nick MMA. You cover the MMA? I love the MMA. I wish I had more time to actually cover it. But yeah. Very nice. Very nice. Can Cam get at least one rushing touchdown? Yeah, a lot of his points are going to be coming from that type of a projection. Thanks for the shout-out, brother. No problem, man. No problem. Fettuccine? Yeah, fettuccine for me. Or Carbonara? I'll go fettuccine. Yo, Sal, does Myers play slot? So he will, yes. Myers will play slot, yes. He's been playing, he's still playing slot, but he's also been playing a lot more outside. Obviously, since Julian Edelman went down, where Julian Edelman was forcing Myers to the outside. But yeah, Myers is playing slot this year. He's playing about 39% slot on the season so far this season. Who's your highest owned captain? Yeah, right now, I don't love it. This slate's kind of gross, like, overall. Like, I'm getting basically Cam and Goff as my highest owned captains. It's pretty balanced and spread out, though. Like, I'll be above the field on some of these captains, but like Robert Woods, Myers, and Kupp, it's all pretty spread out. I have double digits on all of them. They're my 5 only captains tonight. I don't love getting to Goff. I don't love getting to Newton. It's just a slate that it's lining up for tonight. Cam Newton, obviously, the rushing upside. Goff, just based on the fact that if Goff has one of his 24-point performances tonight, which he's been fine when he gets protection, and I don't think the Patriots pass rush is going to be all that bad. I'm not projecting for that. Like a 24-point performance from Goff, you're obviously hoping that a Woods or a Kupp doesn't go off for 30, right? But that's why we have their captain ownership too. But yeah, Goff, actually a legitimate chance if he spreads the ball around tonight, if he gives something to Van Jefferson, if he gives something to Gerald Everett, right? He's spreading this ball around. It's not getting all on Woods or all on Kupp. There's a really good chance that he can be a captain, especially because his wide receivers are expensive in Kupp and Woods. It's a lower likelihood that guys like Jacoby Myers are the captain, and like, what are you looking after that as captains? All the running backs look pretty tough on this slate. The tight ends aren't elite pass catching tight ends by any means. Ryan Izzo, right? As much as people wanted Tyler Higbee to be this year, he's not. Alex Mayhew, good GBP play? Nah. Hey Sal, per Rams Wire 18 minutes ago, promoted from the practice squad with Gay, Matt Gay questionable. Kicker, interesting. We'll see on the injury report in an hour. Do you think N'Keal Harry is solid? Decent, yes. I prefer Demir Bird. What up? I'm from San Antonio. Nice. 2-game slate, Monday to Thursday. Do you cover it? I do not. Welcome, everyone. What's up, Gerald? How you doing? Say hello and hit that like button, definitely. Baltimore in here. Welcome. Yeah, where are you all tuning in from? Sal, when I win the Millie Maker tonight, no split, because it's going to happen. I'm going to throw you 50 G's because you got the best content out there. My man Jared is just about to throw a stranger and me 50 G's. Well, Jared, I'm going to tell you this right now. You want to throw me the 50 G's? You do it. We'll donate it back to the community. We'll donate it to places. We'll buy new equipment. We'll do whatever with your 50 G's. But you keep that whole 50 G's to yourself, right? This content's free. You want to support me? You know what you do with the 50 G's? You sign up for Patreon. There you go. That's one thing that you can do. You don't got to give me no 50 G's. Don't worry about that, man. All you. Why the hell is Bird so cheap? What happened? So somebody's just discovering the slate. Yeah, I think that's what a lot of us are saying right now. What happened, right? I don't know why Bird and N'Keal Harry are so cheap. I mean, especially Bird being cheaper than N'Keal Harry to begin with, right? Watch Brian Hooper on YouTube if you want to get an idea of skill correlation with DFS. Yeah, Brick's really good. I like some of his videos. I haven't watched in a while, but when I used to watch him at the beginning, very good. I used to tweet out some of his stuff. Be careful, guys. His energy and content may inspire you to create yourself. Yeah, very good, very good. Are you getting more Harry or Bird? I'm getting a good amount of both, but I'm not getting too much Harry. I'm getting a lot more Bird. I was seeing Myers below Bird as ownership. Should I start worrying about Robert Woods in season long? Should you start worrying about Robert Woods in season long? Why? Because of his matchup tonight where he might see some Stephon Gilmore? You're talking about just like overall, how he's been lately? I mean, I would say like on the season, Robert Woods has been a good season long player for you, has he not? Matchup against Stephon Gilmore could be a concern. But why would you worry about him in season long, right? He's scored 30.6, 16, and 18.5 fantasy points. A week before his bad performance where he scored 9, which is not terrible for your worst performance in a while, he scored 28, right? This guy's been very good. I don't think you should worry. Sal, it's amazing to come back and see the incredible growth of your brand. Thanks for all the hard work, bud. Hey, I appreciate the kind words. Yeah, thank you, everybody. I mean, it's just showing up every single day. It's very similar to what Joe Rogan said. You just show up, you do the work. You just show up, you do the work. And eventually you're doing the same work. You improve some things here, quality of your content, quality of the layout, your information, the way that you can present it, get comfortable on camera. But yeah, it's just showing up, doing the work. More people see you, more people spread the word. Hopefully that's the goal if it's good content, and you go from there. And also yesterday, we loaded up last night. We finished loading up the merch store. So that's going to be linked down below. We've had a merch store for a while, but I never really put any effort into the designs or stuff. It was all shitty. Nobody wanted to buy that shit. I never even promoted it. This is the first time, maybe yesterday was the first time I'm ever promoting the merch store. I bought myself a couple of hoodies my own. There's t-shirts, hoodies in there. Maybe we'll get some hats. But we're going to be wearing some of them hoodies, the fellows hoodies in the streets real soon. Let me pull up. I'll pull it up. I'm not going to promote it too much here, but I just want to show you some of the designs because they're pretty slick. Like to show a lot, says Boston. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Are you stacking Cup and Woods with Goff or choosing just one with Goff? So I have both, right? I would prefer if you have a Goff captain, you can get away with playing Woods and Cup in it, but I think more times than not, you're going to be... if you have a Goff captain, I would probably want to go to Woods and Cup in it if you can fit it, right? Which, I mean, Demir Bird, N'Keal Harry, these guys open up a lot. So I would try and go to that. Like if you're going to try and play the fact that, okay, Goff goes off, and if he's going off, he's sustaining these other receivers. The only concern there is like if Goff is going off and he's throwing for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns tonight, you better hope that 150 of those and 2 touchdowns isn't to, let's just say, Cooper Kupp, because then he's probably going to be the captain. So I have lineups that have all of them stacked. I like the idea of going full on stacked if you're going to go Goff captain. Couscous or quinoa? I like both, honestly. It's a different type of mood. Like more so, I think quinoa will work with a lot more different foods, but I like both. Bird projected ownership. I have him at 28% on my latest. A lot of people in here right now. How y'all doing on your Thursday night? What are y'all doing tonight? Y'all chilling, watching the game? Y'all going to a bar? What y'all doing? Sal Smart. Residual over lump sum. Residual? What you mean residual? Yeah, residual for sure, man. I think, right? How's it going? Winning the Millie. I like that name. Who's your highest owned captain? Right now, it's basically Cam and Goff, the quarterbacks. I hate playing the high owned quarterbacks, like when they're high owned. They're not as highly owned tonight. They'll maybe be like 15% each or so. So I don't think they're going to pop off too much. But it's sadly the quarterbacks because none of the running backs pop off. I have the wide receivers at decent ownership as well, so it's not like extremely the quarterbacks. It's kind of split almost evenly. Like I've got like 20% to 25% of each of the quarterbacks, and the 3 wide receivers factor out the rest. How do you think Kump will fare against the Pats? Remember, he didn't play well in the Super Bowl. Yeah, I mean, they did a lot of things well in that Super Bowl. I would argue a much better defense in that Super Bowl, too. I think that McVay now has some time to scheme against that the other way, right? Counter it. But I think that Kupp is fine. I think that this is going to be a very difficult matchup for him and Woods. And just in general, all phases of this game seem difficult. I think that the actual upside would be in the running game for the Rams tonight. The concern for a DFS standpoint, though, is that they're all just expensive relative to their usage. Cam Akers, overpriced by far, in my opinion. Has the upside to hit that, but definitely overpriced. No bar for me. Fucking Oregon. Oh, man. What do we got in here? Somebody says, really does take discipline. Yeah. Aaron Rodgers, captain lock. There you go, my man. Do you prefer Cam or Goff as a captain? If you were to fade one at the captain, which one would it be? Let me know. Let me tell you right now. See who comes in if I filter some of my lineups by highest projected. I wouldn't play both kickers. Yeah, I have a rule against it. Sal, are you a fan of shoving both Kupp and Woods in the same build? I don't think that that's going to be my number one priority to shove them both in the same build. So right now I'm getting pretty even amounts of, like, I'm looking through my top 10 lineups, and 5 of them have Goff as captain, and 5 of them have Cam as captain. So Yeah, it's basically a toss-up between these two guys. They all have each other in the lineup, though. Like Cam will be with Goff, just one's a captain. I like Cam's rushing upside and ability more, right? But it's a tougher matchup for Cam. For a guy who's not throwing any touchdown passes, I think that more slot wide receivers, I think the Fantasy Footballers 1000 episode said, touchdown passes this year than Cam Newton. I think that I would go to Cam if I had to pick one, just because of that extra ceiling ability. I have Jared Goff projected out higher, not by anything major, but I would go Cam if I had to pick one. It's pretty much even, though, for me right now. Can we see your lineups? I mean, there's 150 of them. You can be here all night, bud. Harris for Super Draft tonight? Yeah, Damian Harris looks decent on Super Draft. He's kind of like, there's like a tier of 1 to 3 guys who look pretty good, projection over 20, and there's just a bunch of guys at like 16 to 17, and Harris is one of those. Damn, split down the middle. Sheesh. Yeah, I mean, my captain ownership right now is 34% Goff, 33% Cam. So it's basically split down the middle. I typically won't play 2 kickers together, but I don't see how many other people will score on this slate. Yeah, I'm not going to play 2 kickers. I think that if you didn't have N'Keal Harry priced this low, if you didn't have Gerald Everett in this fair price range, if you didn't have the kickers or the defense is both pretty cheap, like it's really difficult for me to want to go to 2 kickers when 2 starting wide receivers that are going to run 25-plus routes tonight, and N'Keal Harry and Damiere Byrd are just dirt cheap, right? Like those guys, even in a bad performance for those guys in like your fantasy leagues of 4 catches for 30 yards, that's 7 fantasy points, right? That's going to be about what the kickers do for a cheaper price point with the obvious upside of more. How do you feel about Mr. Gunner? I have no interest in Gunner. So if you're looking at Gunner stats from the last game, he had a punt return touchdown, fine for him, against one of the worst, if not by far the worst special teams unit on the season. And then he got extra playing time on offense, had like a touchdown reception in garbage time, right? So I don't look at anything Gunner did last week. I look at what he did when he was actually a starting wide receiver for this team, which he's really not right now, when Gunner was getting like 20 routes run out of the slot, and he couldn't do anything with them, like literally nothing with them. How good is the Rams O-line? It was better before Whitworth went down, but number 4 overall in the year is the protection rate on Mr. Jared Goff. So it's been very good so far this year. The issue now is that for the past week or two, Whitworth has gone down. Hi, Sal. Tonight I'm celebrating 5 years since my mom was cancer-free by ordering dinner and winning some Dollarooskies. Bernard or Akers in season long? Let us go with Bernard there, but shout out your mom, Jacob. Appreciate that. My mom's been cancer-free as well for over the 5-year threshold, which is a very big number, as you well know. So shout out to you. Shout out to your mom. Have a great night, all of you. Yo, Sal, what's up, familia? What's up? How you doing? How you doing? And also, something else to point out is that Gunner ran 1 route last week on offense. 1 route. So, like, he had the kickoff, he had the punt return for a touchdown. We're not playing him for that, right? But Sal, he scored a touchdown on offense. He scored it in garbage time, played 7% of the offensive snaps, ran 1 route, and had a 38-yard touchdown on a blown coverage. So Gunner is somebody that I would expect. He had 3 routes run the 3 weeks before that. I would not expect Gunner to step on the field on offense tonight. Gunner is 100% fade. Yeah, I didn't even project him because I don't think that he's going to be playing football tonight outside of punt returning. I know Kyler has been bad the last 3 weeks, and Pats are good against rookies, QBs, but how the fuck does the Pats shut them down? How did the Pats shut who down? Arizona? Yeah, Kyler's shoulder's been bummed. You've seen that now for 2.5 to 3 weeks. And they got Stephon Gilmore back, so this is still a borderline top 10 defense when he's fully healthy this year. Top 10 secondary, that is. Sal, miss you, brother. What's up, Jeff? How you doing? Logan Thomas or Robert Tonyan this week? That's a really tough question. I'll go Logan Thomas for the security, but those guys look very similar. I think that Robert Tonyan has a massive ceiling. You saw Logan's last week, but yeah. So it looks like there's going to be a kicker change tonight. Austin McGinnis is likely going to be starting. He's not in the player pool, though, so yeah, interesting. Another guy that's going to be difficult to play. So although we had Matt Gay as a yes, Matt Gay now becomes a no because he's not playing tonight. Is what this seems. So doubtful. But we don't have a backup kicker to choose from. So another player out of the player pool, which now makes it even more viable to be getting to these guys, Damiere Byrd and all that. So let me actually change my exposures now. This is going to change a lot of stuff because I was getting like 20+% of Matt Gay. So now that it seems like Matt Gay is not going to start, again, just the inactives will definitely come out in a little bit less than an hour. Let's now recrunch all the lineups that we have no kicker. And this is going to change a lot of stuff. We're probably going to get a lot more of these cheap Pats wide receivers, which is a scary thing. Gunner is interesting long-term as a Pats fan. Yeah, I remember him in the preseason last year. Decent. Obviously, Jacoby Myers stole the show. You got Van Jefferson down below the kickers as well. Not a great play, but too many low salaries to get to kickers for me. I agree. No CMC this weekend. I know that he's doubtful. I saw all the news. We got our fingers crossed. Is the under looking good? I have no stance on the over-under in this game. No stance on the betting lines in this game either. Sal, percentage of lineups you have playing both QBs. I don't have that exact number on hand, but let me see what this new exposure is that I got. Well, I can tell you right now that I have Jared Goff in 99% of my lineups and that I have Cam Newton in 90% of my lineups. So, 90% of my lineups have both QBs? Seems terrible. But, yeah, I mean, they're both affordable. They're both relatively cheap for sometimes seeing $12,000 and $13,000 QBs on a slate. And you just lost another guy who can actually score 8 points on the slate in Matt Gay, right? So, like, if the running backs don't do if a running back doesn't pop off tonight, right, and if one does, it would have to be like Malcolm Brown at his price point or Sony Michel, which is, again, highly unlikely. If you want to play for mayhem tonight, go to a Darrell Henderson, go to a Cam Akers. You don't got to put him in the captain spot, but go to those guys more often if you want to play for mayhem. Josh Reynolds will be lower than he should after last week only seeing one target, but the weeks before that, we're seeing a ton of volume and usage. This is a very interesting slate. If you're trying to play for chaos and mayhem, yeah, avoid the quarterbacks in the captain spot because they'll be making up 40% of the captain ownership, probably 35% tonight. So yeah, now my ownership overall in the cheap options tonight, I got more Gerald Everett. I got more of the Rams and Pats defense. I got similar amounts of Nick Folk. A lot more Damiere Byrd, some more N'Keal Harry, some more Van Jefferson. So that kicker ownership that I had, it's kind of factoring down to a lot of spots. It gave me a lineup with Darrell Henderson, a couple more with James White, some more Cam Akers. So yeah. Who gets more red zone looks, Everett or Higbee? This year it's been Everett, believe it or not, and they both don't get a lot. Higbee's seen like 4 red zone looks in the season, and he had his first one last week for the first time in I think like 9 weeks. Now, granted, he was hurt during that time for some of it, but still. Big gang, Sal, you doing NBA this preseason or season? Definitely not doing the NBA preseason. Just no interest to me. NBA regular season starts on the 22nd. Yeah, I'll be covering that. I won't be covering it every single night. I'll have it on Patreon projections, but I won't be covering it every single night when the NFL season is still going on. I'll probably cover it a couple nights a week. When Thursday night football, Monday night football end, I'll definitely cover it on Mondays and Thursdays, or I won't say definitely, but probably. Favorite captain on Super Draft? If we're just going based off a point projection, Jacoby Myers stands out. He obviously has a chance to really get shut down. He has not been great as of late, but he'll also be relatively low for the projection I'm giving him. I also think Cam Akers with a 2.05x multipliers is pretty interesting, but he'll likely pick up more ownership there. But yeah, I'll be covering the NBA really when we get out of the NFL season, so like mid to end of January when the playoffs start to dwindle down to a couple teams. I'll be able to cover it more often, right? And then into February when it's just the PGA and just the NBA, I'll be able to cover it more frequently. I'm trying to avoid covering it on the weekends and just really having that time to travel, like almost every single weekend, and really just get out to make up for this past year of not doing anything. Free the mental space, get more creative ideas by traveling. So yeah, I plan to cover the NBA in pretty good depth. Purest dude in the room, how you doing? What's up, Sean Blake? How you doing? Purest dude in the room, my man. What's up? Sal, would you pair Cam with James White or just his pass catchers? I think you could pair Cam with James White. Yeah, there's correlation there, especially on this type of a slate. The Gunner Pats D-Stacks is real tonight. Not for me. Belichick needs to use his pure studs instead of scheming and dusty little dudes like Burkhead and Gunner. Burkhead's on the IR, so that definitely won't happen. So we got an edge up there tonight. Any NBA basketball content? Underdog is so fun for NBA. No, I mean, I got no basketball content for you, sadly, here. I don't really see the upside in creating content for that right now, maybe in the future, but nobody's searching for it from the stuff that I've looked into. Had Gay and Superdraft. Just pivot to Nick Folk. Mr. Nicholas Folk. Yeah, he's got a decent projection on Superdraft. It's not anywhere near as good as Nick Gay's or Matt Gay's, but yeah. Harry puts up more fantasy points than Bird. Easy. I have Bird for more, but I would not be shocked. It's Fournette weekend this week. Hey, boom, 1K are watching. We got 1,000 plus people in here tonight on a Thursday night. Y'all chilling in week 14 right now. Shout out to all you. Hit that like and subscribe, by the way. We're trying to get to, I'm sure everybody watching this is not subscribed. If you're going to get your question answered, any of that stuff, you can hit the subscribe button as we are now trying to hit our goal of 35,000 by the end of the year. You see that? You see that little shoulder drop right there? Hey. Thank you, Gerald, for the stuff. Sal has top-notch NBA content. I appreciate that. Thank you. Luka will soon take the throne as the king of the NBA. Yeah, he'll probably be the MVP this season. Just wanted to lighten up the chat. What do we got there? Who said that? I want to see what they said, but I couldn't find it. Just want to lighten up the chat. Sal is great, and we appreciate this content. Thank you, Gerald. I appreciate you. Too kind, my sir. In season long, Cam or Goff tonight? I will go with Cam. They both look very similar in the projections. I'll take the rushing upside. Thoughts on owning Malcolm Brown? I've got 2 to 3% Malcolm Brown. I've got Malcolm Brown in 3% of my lineups tonight. What do you think of Damiere Byrd being under 1,000? He's a wide receiver too. Yeah, I think he's way too cheap. I got like 70-something%. I think I got like 80% now after they ruled out Gay. Somebody tell me if Gay is out. We'll know the inactives at 6:50 p.m. So, but that's where it's leaning. NHL DFS is better than NBA. Yeah, I don't really know much about NHL DFS outside of its heavy stack-based, and I think NBA is the best DFS experience, so I would disagree. Local talk radio here in Mass talking about Stidham might get a few series on their center tonight. Yeah, okay. Local talk radio in Massachusetts from the same things that I've seen on social media, which you always have to take with a grain of salt, social media. Terrible. But, yeah, the Mass stuff, they really don't look like they know what they're talking about. $5 super chat from Scott S. Doesn't even ask a question, just donates. Too kind, sir. Who's Ramsey shadowing? I mean, if you want to pick a guy he shadows, you would think that it would be Jacoby Myers, but Myers moves into the slot enough that Damiere Byrd's the primary outside receiver. That's where he mainly goes. So I don't think there's going to be a pure shadow matchup here for Ramsey tonight. I know some people want to speculate that it'll be Jacoby Myers, but I mean, your highest shadow matchups are like 70 to 80% of the time, which is a lot, but people misunderstand that as 100% of the time he's following this guy. No, it's like 70 to 80% of the time. A lot of defensive backs don't even play 100% of the snaps. They play a lot, but not all of them. So I think that, honestly, he'll see more Damiere Byrd tonight just because Byrd remains primarily on the outside where Jacoby Myers moves into the slot. I know Berg is on IR, just making generalization. My Pats dislike is coming through. There you go. If Sean McVay stack box on Cam and force him to throw the ball, it's going to be a long night for the Pats. He got picked twice in the Cards game, forcing the ball to Byrd. Under center is 43.5. There you go. So you don't like any of the running backs tonight? I like Cam Akers the most. I got an okay amount. I'll still be below the field on all the running backs tonight. The Rams backup is on FanDuel. Is he in play? The backup kicker? Yeah, he's definitely in play if he's going to start. How do you feel about the Dome narrative? Do you believe that Cam will perform better in the Dome? Yeah, some projection systems, like, not artificially, there's actually statistics behind it, boosting up the percentages. I think that it increases ceiling potential. Slight benefits to the median, in my opinion. You like Reynolds as a sleeper? Yeah, I think Reynolds actually will be relatively a sleeper tonight. Yes, sir, I do. We got a $2 super chat from Carlos. He says, will Kupp or Woods be a higher owned play tonight? I think you're going to see them be very similarly owned on Patreon. If you want to follow along, you can check yourself. The ownership projections, all that stuff are down below on the Patreon. I have them coming in very similar. I have Woods at 55 and Kupp at 50%. Gang, how you doing, fellas? What's up, Austin? How you doing? Don't really see 7 touchdowns in this game, somebody says. Yeah, I mean, the over-under is projected at 44, so it's not projected for 7 touchdowns either. 6 touchdowns would be more likely. So, did you start watching The Sopranos yet? No, I don't got the time, man. Also the last thing I want to do, I have a lot of time in my day because I've been trying to delegate more and really just optimize my time. So I'm not working 80-hour weeks like last year, and now we're working like 30 to 35-hour weeks, so it's been a lot better. But that leaves me a lot of open time to read, to just try and plan some stuff out, to think, walk, exercise. I like that a lot. But whenever I watch TV, I just feel immediately bad. I just don't want to be doing it. It feels like I could be doing something much more productive. And if I'm watching something funny and it's actually a comedy or something, and it's actually, I think there's a benefit to that, laughing and all that stuff. There's psychological stuff and studies that show how good that is for you. Makes sense. Watching The Sopranos for an hour when it's so serious, some of it's sad, some of it's what the fuck. I just don't need to be spending that much time. It's such a long show. Obviously a fantastic show by all accounts. How come FC sucks so bad? I don't know what FC is. Fantasy Cruncher? I think it's pretty good. How much exposure do you have to the Pats wide receivers at captains? Yeah, I've got a good amount to Jacoby Myers, and that's about it. Got 15% Jacoby. Sal, my guy, off topic, but would you play Akers or T. Higgins in a season long? I'll go T. Higgins. What's up, Justin? How you doing? Is Super Draft captain same for your DK? No, it is not. The multipliers really matter over there. So yeah, Super Draft, if you don't already know, get in on the fun. All the Dollarooskies being won on Super Draft. I have a feeling we're going to try and knock down the Super Draft slate tonight. I would like to. So if you're a patron or a follower or somebody out there right now, make way for me tonight. But if not, hope one of you guys do. As of right now, the Thursday morning, I'm looking at it on YouTube right now, the Thursday morning video that went up this morning is the highest watched Showdown video so far this year since the first week of the season. That's pretty crazy. A lot of people's content drops off, but we got the loyal subscribers in here in the live stream on a Thursday night at 6 p.m. coming home from work. Still supporting, rocking with my content. Any James White, Sal, I got 5%. Thanks for answering, bro. No problem. Do you worry about correlation on Super Draft? Not as much, no. Not yet, at least, but not as much. There is ways that you can try and correlate it for some teams, but the multipliers are usually going to factor that out, right? When a guy has a 2x multiplier and his quarterback has a 1x multiplier and is projecting as the 18th best quarterback on the slate that week, on a main slate, there's just not going to be any interest. right? Like Jared Goff looks decent tonight, but he's not in my top 3, maybe not even top 4 or 5 super draft options because he has a 1x multiplier. It's really tough to want to get there if he's not going to project out for over 20 points, even on a showdown slate, because there's multiple guys projecting out for 20. Emmanuel donates $4 to the stream. I appreciate that, my man. Boston Nick MM donates $5. He said, could you give Pub Sports Radio on YouTube a shout out? We go live for the Bellator MMA fight tonight. Hey, Bellator tonight? Very nice. Yeah, shout out Pub Sports Radio. Check that out if you guys are into Bellator. If you're into the mixed martial arts, check out Bellator. Sal, how about showing off them designs? I think you got sidetracked earlier. You were going to, and then I think you missed it. Oh, yeah, here we go. There we go. Bang. Let me see, make sure this is coming up properly on my thing. So we got some designs. It's stretched. So all this stuff is going to be stretched. It's not anywhere near as stretched. Troy, welcome, a new subscriber. So the stuff that I'm showing on the screen is stretched. There's a link down below to it because I stretch my screen so everything fits into this little box that we have here. But don't worry, these are not like stretched hoodies. They actually, I don't want to make them look fucked up, so let's do this. There we go. Oh, shit. Oh, shit, we fucking everything up now. Hold up. Yeah, so I don't want to stretch them too much, but like that's how they're going to be looking. That fella's one, that one to the left I just actually purchased myself. And it's going to be coming in, I think, by Monday. But yeah, here we go. We got a lot of designs in the shop right now. We cooking up shit. We got some people working on some designs. So if you want to check out any of the merch, there's different colors, right? So there's different colors, obviously different sizes. So all the colors that you're seeing, there's other options for those shirts as well. But yeah, long time coming. Real long time coming. We just loaded up the merch shop. So there's a lot of shit in here. We might, as long as this goes well and people enjoy it, we'll add some other stuff, right? Yalf. We'll add some other stuff as well. Hats. We can add masks as well. Yeah. So hopefully you liked it. Thank you for reminding me. I almost forgot. But yeah, shout that out. If you want to support the channel through the merch, check it out. Because we got the merch. There we go. What do we got? Any Moncrief love? Nah. Higby a no for you? Yeah. I mean, now he can maybe become a maybe. Like Higby could become a maybe because taking out the kicker, I got like 8% Higby. Emmanuel donated $4. I appreciate you, Emmanuel, my man. I don't see any questions yet, but I'll keep one out for you if you say something, Emmanuel. Thank you. I appreciate that. Best captain for Super Draft. I like Jacoby Myers tonight in the captain spot. I think Cam Akers is sneaky. I don't feel confident in either of those guys. Super Draft, there are some standout plays tonight, Myers being one of them. Somebody says you're hating on Akers. No, there's no hate on Akers. I think Akers, I mean, if you watch any of my preseason stuff, any of my draft analysis, I love Cam Akers. I mean, he got banged up, so it's really limited a lot of his season, and he's in a backfield that they're not going to stick to one guy. He saw 20-plus opportunities last week. Okay, yeah, in a week where you had an injury to Darrell Henderson that made him miss half the game, right? I don't know if Henderson being healthy tonight means that they're going to give him just 5 touches again. What do we got? They filmed The Sopranos in my hometown. Awesome show. Yeah, it definitely is. Are you playing any Damian Harris? I got 10%. Boom, fellas. You're killing it. We got 200 likes and 1,100 watching. Let's go. Shout out my man Gerald. My man Gerald is our motherfucking hype man in the chat every night. Round of applause to Gerald right now. We got 1,100 motherfuckers in here too. What's up, all you people? All you beautiful people. How you doing? How you doing? You got any Dalton Keene yet? No, that man's ran like 4 routes all year long. Why would I get any Dalton Keene? The duel that I won, 15,000. I had 4,000 in salary left. Sometimes you just got to go up for the underdogs. If you go for that people everyone has, you ain't winning much. Exactly. There you go. My man left $4,000 on the table and won the Dollaruskis. I paused doing my college work at midnight to tune in. I just need 2 questions, please. Pat's defense or Cards defense? And bench cup? I don't think you got a bench cup unless you got a better option. I'm going to be honest with you, my man. I'm like the anti-defense guy. I know zero about what these defenses are going to be doing. I know their pressure rates. I know their projections. I'll go with the Cards defense. I don't even know who the fuck they're playing. Bellator is the shit. Nice. Sal, what are your favorite plays on Super Draft? Yeah, so I said him a couple times. You probably got him after that. Is Spumoni Gardens really good pizza? I think it's personally overrated. That's what I think. But, I mean, most of the time when you put a shit ton of hype behind something, look, Spumoni Gardens is probably my whole family's favorite pizza, right? But I think it's a little bit overhyped. It's good. It's not bad. I'm not going to go out there and say that it's bad pizza. In my opinion, it is overhyped pizza. But it's really hard to beat expectations when everybody hypes your fucking pizza up. They're going to come there being like, this better be the best damn pizza I've ever had. And if it doesn't immediately hit as the best damn pizza, yeah, obviously it's not going to feel that great. Fellas, what's up, Dirty Mike? How you doing? Myers has the volume for MVP, question mark? I think so. We haven't seen it in a while, but back-to-back games of 6 targets. He's not my top option, but I think so for sure. Call Me Touch CMT says, can you give a shout-out to yourself, Sal? Yeah, shout out this man Sal, the Italian stallion right now, the fella himself. the Dalaruski champion. Yeah, shout out this man Sal right now doing this content here, right? This man Sal about to go have a motherfucking green tea shop pretty soon. Probably a little brewski. Try and win the Dalaruskis. Celebrating my boys getting a new job. Yeah, little fun time. No fun time. Don't worry. I'll wear my mask the 10 steps until I sit in the table and then get served. We'll be good. Where's the schmackin'? Oh, yeah, it's coming. Super Draft plays for tonight. Yeah, we've been mentioning them. I like Jacoby Myers. Cam Akers looks decent. Does it make sense to have Woods and Kupp with no Goff, or am I setting myself up for failure? No, I think that can work. You're probably hoping that Cam outscores, or both the quarterbacks, a low-scoring game, right? I mean, a low-scoring game, right? If this is a 10-7 games, right? I mean, even 6 catches for like 70 yards for each of those guys is going to pay off in a major way for you, and the quarterbacks won't get there. I remember that you said, I don't give a fuck about defense. I'd punt it to the Jets. Yeah, I mean, this week, $2,100 Jets look fine too. I think this is the first week because of the Awesome show that I do. We look at defenses under 2,800 and we just pick one. I usually just pick the cheapest motherfucking defense. But this week, Ben Rossa took my $2,100 Jets. Do you ever run kickers on Super Draft? Yeah, kickers on Super Draft are usually really profitable because they have high multipliers. Will Cross is now a subscriber. Thank you, Mr. William Cross. This shit hits different. Nice content, Sal. Yeah, no problem, Green. Appreciate that. My content hits different, he says. Left my ass off. 10 steps with the mask on. It's facts. Yeah, I mean, look. It's all optics at that point. Like, I'm standing outside of the restaurant, no mask on. I walk into the restaurant. They take me 10 steps to the table, and then I can take my mask off. Yes, sir, you can remove your mask. It's just weird. Sal, join late. How much Damiere Byrd do you have? I got like fucking 80%. We're going to go down with the ship with Damiere Byrd tonight. Worth it to fade the running game to go with the receivers in Showdown. Yeah, I mean, I think that's the optimal way. I think a lot of people will do that. Dave Galvin is now a subscriber. What's up, my man? How you doing? Is there any worth paying up for N'Keal Harry instead of Byrd? Thanks. Yeah, I think so. I mean, I got Byrd projected for more, but it's like a 2-point projection difference. So, especially if you put on randomness, you'll start to be getting lineups that have that over Byrd. And Byrd will be higher owned by maybe 10%. What's your ownership on James White? My ownership percentage is like 5%. What I have him projected for around 20%. How's Dreamville? Hey, shout out Dreamville Records. Sal, you like Van Jefferson on Super Draft tonight? Mr. Van Jefferson on Super Draft is not going to be that much of a play for me. I only have him projected for single-digit points, which is not great. Anybody else hate Kyle Shanahan? I don't really have any hate in my heart for any man I've never met. T Diesel is now a subscriber. Welcome, fella. My guy sending good vibes. Thoughts on Harry? Hey, good vibes only, man. Yeah, Harry looks fine. We got a lot of people subscribing to the channel right now. We popping off. What's going on here? Appreciate that. Hit that subscribe. The goal is to get to 35,000, less than 1,000 away by the end of the year. The best pizza is Antico in Atlanta. Best coffee is Cafe. Hey, Atlanta. Shout out Atlanta. I want to visit. I'm fairly certain people would like to see you with a different look once in a while with your hat backwards. Your different look. Come on, step your game up. People want to see me with a backwards hat on. I mean, a lot of the times when I'm just grinding projections and just doing some stuff on my laptop, I'll just throw a hat on backwards. Like when I wear it forwards for the video, I'll just like prop it up and barely have it on my head just because I get it the other way. I really don't know what it is. But yeah, I don't really have any interest in wearing the backwards hat. Nothing against it. I always used to do it. How much Bird Captain? 0% for me. My man, Kids Being Kids, STV. Welcome to the channel as a subscriber. Appreciate you, my man. What's up, old friend Sal? What's up, Sharp? Joseph, we're getting a bunch of people subscribing right now. My man Joseph, what's up, Pop? How you doing? We got 1,200 people or so in here right now, 1,150. What's going on, everybody? You want to check out if you want to follow along with the projections, rankings, ways to get more information, ownership, Super Draft projections, get more bang for your buck, right? Win you more bucks, you more dollar roosies. You can check out Patreon. Bad Boy's probably going to drop in real soon. Are you a gamer? I'm not really a gamer, but I bought Cyberpunk today because it looked fine. I don't know what the hell Cyberpunk is. Can't wait for the main slate. Same. I'm nervous I'm playing too much Bird. Yeah, he's probably going to crash all of our lineups. Yeah. Sal, I need to play Myers or Boyd. Any thoughts? I'll go with Boyd. Best pizza is in Chicago. Have a seat, sir. Never been. Can't judge it myself. Best captain on DK. I'm going to get the quarterbacks, which I don't usually like to get to. How do you like Kupp as MVP? I got a good amount. Yeah. What do we got here? How much of Harris do you have? Sorry, came in late. Yeah, no problems, man. I got Mr. Damien, the big D. Damien potentially rocking a big old hog, 9%. Who gets hurt tonight or test positive last minute? It's been rough lately. Yeah, the Des Bryant news. I was out and about because this ain't the motherfucking NBA where they don't got proper injury reporting, but apparently that's what happened in this case. So like I was out and about. I think I updated the projections to like 8-10. Wouldn't surprise me if McVay puts in a running back that no one has ever heard of tonight. Yeah, what was that one guy's name? John Kelly or some shit? He'll probably return. $1 super chat by Scott. My man Scott just keep giving me those Canadian dollar Ruskies. He don't care about them at all. He's got deep pockets. You're funnier than average when you're sober, or are you funnier or worse when you're drunk? I have no idea. I think I'm the same. If you paid up for a QB, which one? I like both equal amounts, my man. I got like 90+% of both of these guys. If you're talking about flex, I'll go Goff. If you're talking about captain, I'll go Cam Newton. Long Island even beats Chicago. All right. I don't got no dog in the fight. I got nothing to judge us off of. Sal, do you drink wine on the rocks? Yeah, I'll drink wine with ice if that shit's warm. Yeah, why not? Fuck it. This is the perfect down game for James White with that Aaron Donald pass run combined with Belichick needing to protect Cam Newton's shoulder. The perfect down game? You mean like not a good game for James White or a good game? New York pizza can't be touched. Bagels as well. New York bagels are wildly overrated compared to Jersey bagels. That is a fact. That is something that I know from living in New York and visiting Jersey to all my cousins frequently. Nothing tops New Jersey bagels. If you have not been to Mountain Lake Bagels in New Jersey, you are missing the fuck out. New York bagels are good. Don't get me wrong. New Jersey puts them to sleep. It's not even close. Yo, John Kelly's a beast, though. Hey, Sal, just wanted to acknowledge what you do and how you do it. Thanks for all your great content and effort, and happy holidays to you and your family. Thank you, Scott X. You're too kind, my man. You're too kind with your donations and your kind words. Thank you. Appreciate you, my man. Same to you. Rank the running backs from both teams. In the order of ownership I have them at: Cam Akers, Harris, White, Brown, Michelle, and Henderson. But I have less than 10% of all the running backs except Cam Newton. Thoughts on sports cards? I really never put any time into it. I'm pretty aware of what's happening in the sports card market. I mean, it's like any other market that's just gaining some hype and inflation. It's obviously not going to withstand this long term, so you better get out at the right time, right? I know there's a bunch of Bitcoin people out there. I don't in-depth understand Bitcoin. I understand enough about it to the point where I do think that long term it's probably going to be pretty damn good buy. But stuff like baseball cards, all this stuff that doesn't really have a backing behind it. I know they're trying to make backings behind it. They're kind of sketchy. Eventually, everybody's not going to give a shit about these baseball cards anymore, and then your baseball cards that you spent $500 on are going to be worth like $3 again, so or like $20 again. So right now, yeah, I mean, buy and sell. Like when Justin Herbert loses 45-0 and his cards plummet, that's how you know you're in a very unstable and scary market, right? One performance on a rookie quarterback who's shown upside to be rookie of the year and have great success in the future, one performance from him in a game should not plummet his stock. Like, obviously, buy that card, but then the market is volatile, so concern. Don't worry about the dudes here concerned about looks or trolls. Keep them off topic, yeah. Sal, do you know DFS by the numbers, Sal? I think that person is probably like added me or liked my Twitter stuff. I don't know the person, though, no. Magic cards over sports cards, somebody says. Hey, Jerry Jones paid Baltimore doctors to fuck with Des COVID tests. Uh-oh, we got the flat earthers in here. No. Which tournaments do you enter on Showdown and DK? Mainly like the 150s. 20 maxes are pretty decent. But the Showdown contests, to be honest with you, they just flat out stink, right? The Showdown contests like flat out stink from a trying to get a contest strategy because it's just so variant. Even in like small field events that are single entry and 3 max, it's very difficult to think that you have a significant edge unless you have some sort of information that the public doesn't have. And in these days, it's hard to find. Sorry if this was asked before, but Bird or Harry? I prefer Bird right now, but I like both a good amount. LOL Trey, how the fuck did you call that? Uh-oh. My man Colton Fisher donates a $50 Rooski burger. My man. I really hope my man Colton didn't try and put a 5 in and he put that extra 0 for me. If so, don't worry, my man. I can hit you back. But I appreciate that, Colton. Thank you. I'm going to give Colton a little plug. Colton Fisher is working on I talked to him today for about an hour, maybe like an hour, around an hour. Colton, who donated those $50 Rooskies, shout out him. An OG, a G in general. Gangsta. He's building an optimizer right now. He showed me some stuff via Patreon. Started out pretty good, right? Like industry standard. Last thing that he showed me is well above industry standard by my opinions in terms of the control that you have with it. So yeah, I think that there's definitely some potential for Colton's tools. So keep an eye out for them. Slate Slayer, I believe is what their name right now, but I won't get any more in depth with it for his proprietary reasons. But yeah, shout out Colton, my man. Too kind. No need to do that. Too kind, man. Colton with the $50 Rooski, says Ryan. All right, Sharp Schultz, gotta go. My man, just too much negativity. My man trying to eat the chips off his chest right now. What's that mean from Family Guy? The guy who's like going like this to the computer. My man Sharp Schultz got too much negative energy in his life. We can't have that. Sal, I slave to Publix to make half of what you make in a live. I don't know what Publix is. That sounds familiar. Isn't Publix to make half of what you make in a live? A Publix is like a supermarket, right? I think they just put one in close to downtown Raleigh, actually. A really nice one, too. You said you slave to Publix? Yeah, man. I mean, to make half of what you make in a live. Oh, you're saying about the... I mean, when I factor in sponsors and Patreon subs, it's not close, but well, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I mean, make a YouTube channel. Grind it out. I mean, you can do it. Anybody can do it. Colton is the captain. Highest home captain is Colton. Hey, my man Colton getting the shouts. Yeah, Colton, you can feel free if you want to drop anything in. Most of the time, I don't let people's links in here self-promote, but my man Colton, he got a real good tool. It's only going to get better, I think. Nah, bro, Showdown slates are the best. It's all about the correlation and game script. Showdown slates are not the best compared to main slates, not the best compared to 2-game slates, not the best compared to 3-game slates. If you're comparing a Showdown NFL slate to a Showdown NBA slate, yeah, I'll tell you that that's going to be better. If you're comparing it to a golf Showdown slate, no shot. Golf, you have a lot more upside, in my opinion. There's ways to actually predict some of that stuff. For the nuts in the Showdown, would you prefer Bird or Myers in the captain? Myers. I'd donate 50 dog coin if I could, my man. Percentage and performance, what are you thinking about Michelle versus White? I have more interest in White tonight. I have White projected for like 5 more fantasy points than Michelle, 4.5. Earlier I meant it seems like a perfect check down game for James White due to the Rams. Yeah, I think so too. It seemed like that all year long though. Maybe tonight is the night that James White goes off. But it seemed like that all year long that James White will have a perfect check down game. And then multiple opportunities. Trailing against the Cardinals, they come back, right? Trailing in other game environments this year. Multiple opportunities to do it, and you don't see anything from James White outside of like one game this year. Hey, Sal, can you give a brief rundown on how you factor in touchdowns in your projections? A fluky TD can break the slate. Yeah, you're never, unless it's a quarterback, probably never, or like Devontae Adams this year or McCaffrey in the past, you're probably never going to project a whole touchdown for somebody. So you project partial touchdowns. There's a certain amount of touchdowns per year that you're going to project a player, right? This is not the way that you project it for DFS, but it's part of it, the thinking. If I'm going to project at the beginning of the year, I got to score 8 touchdowns based on all these other aspects, based on the amount of passing volume, right? And then we're adjusting that per week. Okay, the passing volume's higher than we thought. All a certain amount of stuff. You're going to put a bunch of different variables into this. Pace of play, games, routes run, touchdown percentage in his pass, touchdown percentage for his quarterback, touchdown percentage allowed by the total defense. It's like 12 different variables that project a lot of this stuff. And then you're going to get a guy who's going to project out for 0.3 touchdowns, right? Or 0.7 touchdowns if he's a better touchdown scorer. So I'm never going to be projecting this guy to score a touchdown tonight, not a whole touchdown, unless it's a quarterback where we know they'll have a lot of opportunities, and historically, quarterbacks score a touchdown or more in a game. But you should not be projecting running backs and wide receivers to score a whole touchdown. It should be like 0.7 or whatever that is, right? 0.6, if that makes sense. Is Matt Gay going to play? You'll know for sure in 25 minutes, but they have activated the backup kicker, so I'm not too sure that they won't want to have 2 kickers active for no reason. How much money do you play on Showdown slates, roughly? I mean, it depends, but I never play a shit ton. Like, on this Showdown slate, like I might play like $500, right? I'm not playing like a shit ton on these Showdown slates. It's a percentage of what I play in the main slates, like a very, not very small percentage, but I'll have multiples of that in on the Sunday slate, a couple thousand in play. On this, I just don't have the interest. I'm going to max out a couple of the 150 maxes, and that's probably it. I max out some of the 20 maxes, and that's probably it, right? A lot of the 20 maxes are only like $3, maybe $1. The 150 maxes, I don't play the Millie Makers, so your only other options are like sometimes the like $3 in there, the 50-cent one. Maybe you'll get lucky and you'll have a $9, but I really have never seen those on these Showdown slates. Could Ian Thomas break the slate? He ain't on this. What you talking about, my man, Ian Thomas? He ain't in this game. Colton Slate Slayer, Cash Core, is that you? Thank you, Sal. Same to you as well. Thank you. Publix subs have their own cult following down here in South Florida. Yeah, there is a Publix in here. It's not close, bro, somebody said. Publix are Harris Teeter. There's so many Harris Teeters where I live that it's just naturally Harris Teeter to me. Like marketing-wise, I see them literally like every fucking mile. I've only ever seen one Publix in my life, and it's brand new, and it's mad fucking nice. I got some charcuterie pieces in there for a charcuterie night with my girlfriend like 2 months ago. Get into the e-commerce for sure, 100%. Sal, you like going no running back, all pass catchers? I think that's fine. Yeah, I think that's fine. Thank you, Sal. No problem, my man. No problem, Saeed. My man, Saeed. Just got here. Who's your favorite captain plays tonight? Yeah, the quarterbacks and the main wide receivers. Right? Cam, Goff, Woods, Kupp, Myers. Those are my only ownership. Waiting for James White game is a great to go broke in 2020 strategy, right? Yeah, exactly. But it would make sense that it comes on an island showdown slate where we can't fully capitalize on it. Public subs in South Carolina are pretty cool. Gotcha. Love that Boar's Head. Oh, Boar's Head is undefeated. If you want to even try and fucking compare it to me, any other cold cut brand to Boar's Head, just fucking shake your head and get out of here. Not even close. Boar's Head, I mean, in price as well. Like, obviously, it's fucking expensive shit. But Boar's Head, I grew up on that shit. I have a vivid story of when I was making a fucking sandwich in my kitchen back when I lived in Staten Island. Obviously, I was a young lad those days, probably like 8 years old. And I was a chunky motherfucker. Like, I was overweight probably and chunky until I was like a senior in high school. And I started to work out, run, train for soccer team, all that shit to try and get in shape for baseball. But I was in the kitchen, and my dad's in the kitchen, and he's making this motherfucking huge sandwich, right? Double everything. Double cheese, double meat, Boar's Head, all this shit. It's a summer day. It's fantastic. I come in. I make this fucking skyscraper of a sandwich. My dad's friend looks at me, and he's just like, he just looks at me. He's just like father, like son. Is my dad sitting there, shirt off, just got out of the pool. And I'm just like, shit. That super draft in the top right corner is clutch. What you mean the super draft in the top right corner? The logo, meaning that you play on it? Yeah, I mean, if you're in this right now and you're not already signed up to super draft, the link's in the description. Username Sal. You'll get a slow drip up to $1,000 depending on what you put in. And check it out. We got 1,200 people in here right now. Check it out if you're not already on the super draft grind. My man Scott donated another $1. My man too kind, my man Scott. Are you sure Ramsey is going to shadow Harry, or do you think he shadows Myers? I don't think he's going to shadow Harry. Not at all. I don't think he shadows anybody tonight. Some seems to think it's obvious that he shadows Myers, but I disagree. Yeah, I don't think that he's going to shadow Myers. He could. I don't think that. You have N'Keal Harry and you have Damiere Byrd probably going to play the outside. N'Keal Harry might move into the slot. If Jacoby Myers is going to move into the slot for a lot of this game or parts of it, you're not going to see motherfucking Jalen Ramsey going into the slot. I think he's going to be a lot on Damiere Byrd, a lot on N'Keal Harry, and then he'll be on Jacoby Myers when they go 2 wide receiver sets and he's on the outside. A shadow treatment to me is like 70 to 80% of the snaps you're guarding a guy. I don't think that's going to be the case tonight. I really don't. So I don't think Ramsey, and if Ramsey goes into the slot, he's not the same type of cornerback. You're not. There's just very few cornerbacks ever that have success guarding a slot wide receiver because it is much more difficult to guard the slot. So yeah, I don't think that you're going to see that all that much. Like, you do have N'Keal Harry playing 35% of his snaps out of the slot. You're going to see these guys move around tonight. Outside of Damiere Byrd, he's been the one focal point that just remains basically on the outside. Outside of that, you're going to see these guys move around tonight. No doubt about it, in my opinion. Alrighty, I think we're going to bounce soon. I got till 6:30, then I got a half hour to get ready. I'm gonna bounce. But yeah, let me, what do we got in here? 1,200 people or so. Yeah, hit that like, hit that subscribe, do all those things. I appreciate you all a ton. Stay for a little bit more, see some questions. What we got? My shit's lagging. We're getting too many comments right now. My shit's lagging on my end. It's just the chat for some reason. Just the chat is lagging. I don't get it. Am I all good on my end? All the shit says that I'm fine, but I can't move the chat bar right now. Maybe if I let's exit out of the chat and then redo this shit. There we go. Let's see what that works. Appreciate the people who are super chatting. Don't worry, I'll give you your shout out, your well-deserved shout out. Appreciate you people all a ton. Somebody's got to win the milli tonight, right? Even if you're going to split it. I saw a couple people so far this year. The last slate, somebody reached out to me. They won it. So yeah, somebody's got to win that shit. Crab or lobster? I mean, it's not even fucking close. It's lobster. Is that even a question? I mean, the price says it all. You get what you pay for, as they say. I think people who research players and matchups do a lot worse on showdowns. It's always some bullshit like Richard Rodgers that wins. Yeah, I mean, showdowns are... I mean, you can win the Milli Maker once on a showdown and be set and always say that you're a profitable showdown player. But unless you're doing that, you're probably not supporting long term. I've heard you swear more in the last 3 minutes than every other video I've ever seen you put out, and I'm here for it. Yeah, I don't usually swear in a lot of the videos because I'm not having an interaction. I mean, I'm an Italian from New York. I curse a lot in my day-to-day life. But when I'm just talking to a computer screen in the morning at 6 a.m., there's not really much of a reason to curse. My man Jonathan donates $20 risky. You helped me win $7,000. Who's your sleeper pick for tonight? I think that Josh Reynolds is a pretty decent lower a guy who's not going to be as highly touted tonight because of what he did last game and based on where he's coming in right now. I appreciate the $20, man. You're way too kind. You're way too kind with that money, with them dollar riskies. If somebody else's super chat got pushed up too high, I'm sorry. My DK handle is SallyBoy96. And then my name on everything else is like Sal Vetri, I think. Superdraft, Jock Market, or S Vetri, something like that. Would it be fine to run both quarterbacks? Definitely. Definitely. Hey, Sal, did you dodge Zeke in season long last week? I remember I was dodging Allen and Zeke. I won like 3 points. In season long Zeke, I didn't I don't have any ownership to Zeke in season long. Why would he shadow Harry? Somebody says. Yeah, I just don't think there's a receiver to shadow tonight. If he I don't think it's gonna be the case, right? I don't think he's gonna be like, I got to take away Damiere Byrd tonight. I think he's gonna move over the field depending on what the coverage is gonna be. Alrighty, people. Any more final questions? Ramsey didn't even shadow Hopkins last week. Parts of the game he was on him, but yeah, 80% shadow wasn't there. Hey, I'm walking here, somebody says. Hey, bravo, Sal. Well done. Appreciate that. Boar's Head Lobster. I'm so fucking hungry right now, somebody said. Hey, shout out to you. I miss Blue Crab on the... Okay. Juan donates $5 Rooskies. He says Folk or Everett. I'll go with the tight end. I'll go with the upside of a tight end. I'll go with Everett, my man. Thank you for the $1 Rooskies. We got $90 Rooskies donated through the stream tonight. Couple peeps. Appreciate y'all. Too kind. All right, everybody. I think we about a piece unless somebody got a super chat or somebody got a final question. Yeah, check out the store. Check out the merch store. I appreciate you all a ton. A lot of people showing some love on the merch store. Check that out if you want. I put a lot of time into that. Had a guy do some graphics and designs for me. Put a lot of time into uploading it. My brother helped me out as well into the shop. So I'm happy that the store is finally up. It was a long time coming. So perfect time for Christmas. Tell your mother, your brother, your aunt, your uncle, your sister, your nephew to buy you a motherfucking piece of merch. That fella's hoodie looks fucking fire. Can't wait till that thing comes in. We're gonna be wearing it on these streams. Boyd in the captain spot, not for me. Great show. Content will continue to come. Like the input. Yeah, Boston, Nick, I appreciate you. Best of luck on your breakdown tonight at Bellator. Let me be your special guest, says James. Maybe one day for sure. What's the difference in your approach on Captain, DK, and MVP on FanDuel? Yeah, so the difference is I play on Draftkings and I don't play on FanDuel, so that's the difference. Sal, love your YouTube. Thank you for giving out the free knowledge. Appreciate you for tuning in, my man. Newton is out, somebody says. Don't be screaming lies, Mr. Dylan Moon. Any Van Jefferson in the flex? Some, but very little amounts, like less than 5. Any promo codes for Superdraft? Matthew, I'm glad you asked. Yes, my name's Sal. If you sign up, there's a link down below. You can follow that link and use the promo code SAL, S-A-L. They will give you a 50% deposit match, free money up to $1,000. You'll get it in a slow drip format. You ever have Pastor on your nachos? I don't know what Pastor is. Hey, can you help me make prop player yards for tonight? No. I mean, if you ask a question. Wow, swearing, you're so crazy. LOL. I went Woods as my captain. That's fine. These guys are doing it for us now. We're going to hit it. Give it 5 minutes. Hey. Field goal game, lock in the defenses and kickers. There you go. Manja them Dollaruskis. Hey, manja. Is it dumb as fuck to play Cam and the captain and running back with the Rams D? Nah. When's the injury reports come out? 6:50 p.m. All right, gang, I got to bounce because I got to take a motherfucking shower, get dressed, and drive my ass to a fucking bar to hit a green tea shot. Watch some of this football. Probably not much of it. Maybe like the first quarter or two. All right, peace out, gang. What you all doing tonight? What you all doing? Before I bounce, what you all doing tonight? Y'all chilling? Out? Relaxing? Maxing all cool? You probably ain't playing no b-ball up at your school. Motherfucking Covies be running around on the basketball court these days. The motherfucking Vid be running around on the basketball court these days. You trying to get on that basketball court? The VID. It just says, oh, that a human? Okay. Let's infiltrate that shit. Can we trust Damian Harris? Probably not. Not at that price point. Always that one player who kills it that nobody has. Yeah, that's for sure. That man going to be Dante Moncrief tonight. Watch. Shrooms, somebody said. Peace, dude. Let's get this money. Best of luck. Working. Showdown bets? ? A bar in a pandemic in this economy? Yeah, man, a bar in an economy. I wear my mask for the 10 seconds when I walk to the bathroom, back to my seat. Don't worry. We're helping prevent. Lighting up and relaxing. I like it. Sal, get a white tee shot. What the fuck's a white tee shot, my man? Among Us. Hey. Headed to my Maz. Hey. Better than green tea. Just try. Hey. I don't know. It seems skeptical. Get out of here. We'll catch you on the Patreon. Hey, my man Gerald. Yeah, shout out Patreon. Sign up there if you want to. Have a drink on us, Sal. Thank you. I appreciate you. All too kind. Come to my bar if you're ever in IJN. Fellas, what is IJN, my man? What is IJN? Eating steak on the Outback. Hey, Colombian marching powder. All right, everybody. Peace out, y'all. Peace out. We going live for an hour and 10 minutes. I'm about to piss my motherfucking pants if I stay on this any longer. Peace out, Poppies. You want projections, rankings, anything else? Linked down below. Check it out. Y'all too kind. Y'all too cool. Thank you, Colton. Thank you, Jonathan. All the big old super chats. All the people who super chatted. Y'all rock. Peace out, gang.